Hi, I'm Jill, and this is my Vibram FiveFingers story. Yeah, I've been running since I was 11. I guess I did my first marathon in 2005, which was Paris Marathon. But then there followed several marathons, but most of them ended with me, the last 5 miles, not particularly tired legs or cramping, but sore feet. And it was always so annoying. There was always some foot issue. Before the 5 fingers, I also have 2 toes which sort of pressed together, and one of those developed a corn. So last year I had always having to put like a protector on the corn. Bunions had started to develop, and I did have an operation to correct the left one because it was so painful. They have come back since, but they're not painful. But at the time it was excruciating pain. So I was always looking at my trainers to see how I could get my, run without this pain. And then after the operation, I was so annoyed because everything I wanted to put on, the trainers and the cycle shoes, they immediately bend your toes back again. So, of course, the bunion just came back. I hadn't thought of the Vibram FiveFingers at that point at all. I'd only seen one person wearing them before that, and that was some guy who turned up at our swimming group, and we were all like, really? Yeah, it was my partner Mark actually started getting sick of forking out for orthotics for himself, and I've always had orthotics in my shoes. So he read around the subject and started getting lots of exercises off the internet and people, drills and things. And then that's how we found out about the course in London, and that inspired us as well. And when we actually had a go, you wouldn't think it was possible, but then you get in the treadmill and you just feel, wow, this is just amazing. And that's just barefoot. One of the things I really hate with trainers, I don't know why other people aren't bothered by this, but I just find them so heavy. I just feel like they're a weight on the end of my leg, like a pendulum, and this weight has got to be dragged back and forth. And it's just annoying and heavy. And even light trainers, I've got some, much lighter ones for short, 5Ks and 10Ks. But even they just felt like an unnecessary weight. Whereas as soon as you run barefoot, you've obviously got no weight, and the Vibram FiveFingers are no weight, really. So I ordered my first pair in May 2018, last year, and just walked around in them, and then on one of my dog walks I just started running, and they just felt great, like I just wanted to keep running all the way home. The only sort of aggravation I had was tight calves, tight up the back. I didn't seem to have any foot sort of transition, in terms of transition, I didn't have any foot issues. I think my foot was so relieved to get out of the trainers. They were like, yay. Well, I was really worried about running in them. I really wanted to, because I got to the point I didn't like running in anything else. So what else could I run in if I wasn't going to run in them? I've trained in them. So all the way through I was like, oh, I've got to 8 miles, I've got to 10 miles, and then I got to 12 miles, and all the time I was thinking, oh, it's gonna, something's gonna happen, and it just, it didn't, just kept running. Anyway, and then you go up this steep hill up into Tenby, which is where the finish is, and then round, and I just came bounding down towards the finish, and in myself I was just so excited that I'd done a whole marathon in my Vibrams. It was 3:27 in that race. But that's the day after a 112-mile hilly bike ride. It's part of the long course weekend. I was trying to get under 3:15 to qualify for the London Marathon Championship start, and I finished in 3:14:59 seconds. But what I was most pleased about was the end. I felt like I'd speeded up for the last 5 miles. Whereas normally at that point in the marathon, however hard I'd trained, I'd be in agony with my feet in one way or another. I just felt like I was just still flying along. I felt like I could put more energy. I was gripping with my toes. It wasn't my fastest marathon, but I felt for what the training I'd done, I was really chuffed. And to qualify for London. I'm someone who's run since I was 11 years old, and I probably had orthotics in my trainers since I was, since I was about 18 or 19. I'm now nearly 50. And I've gone from orthotics all those years to no support and no cushioning and running as well as ever. I would say just order some and try them. I would say order the Evo pair first, and start walking around in them, and just get your legs and your feet used to them, see if you like them, and then take it from there, and you won't look back.